What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. On the video today, I was contacted by the Saker company. So the Saker company reached out to me and asked me if I'd like to test their miniature electric cordless saw. So they sent me their 20-volt cordless saw here for testing and review for all of you guys here at the 570 Experience. I more than graciously accepted. I couldn't believe it. It was almost like fate that these guys sent me this thing. This thing is really neat. So I'm going to get it out. I'm going to do a short little unboxing and show you guys what comes in this package. They do have another package that comes more of an extended play, quote-unquote, style with another battery and things like that. But what comes in this kit is pretty cool. It's nice that it's all packaged in one little tiny box here. And let's get to it. I'm going to show you what's inside this box. Alright, like I said, here we got the electric mini chainsaw made by Saker here. A ton of different companies make these, even name brand companies make these. They're all just slightly different. This one seems to work very, very well. The box here is plain and simple. It tells you what it comes with. It comes with the charger, battery, oil container, chain, little screwdriver, little wrench, and then the saw itself. And the little wrench and the screwdriver, therefore, not only adjusting the chain tension, but removing this guard if you would like, things like that. And surprisingly enough, since this one doesn't have like a reservoir for lubricating the chain, it does come with like a little bottle, which is nice. And believe it or not, this bottle actually came pre-filled, so that's kind of neat. So let's get this thing open. Some of the key selling points for this thing is that it's rechargeable and electric, lightweight and portable, and we'll get to that in a minute here. I'll show you my current setup, what I do, and I'm actually going to do a little project here and show you what I do currently and how it compares to that. Easy to carry because it's small, strong, and dynamic. This thing is real torquey. It gets up to speed really, really fast and then stays there, and it has a ton of power. So you open the box here, got your plug, got your battery. We'll get to that. This battery doesn't have a traditional stand like you would think. That plugs into the top of here like that. Gonna set the saw aside. We got little bottle, oil in it, a wrench, little screwdriver. All that's for adjusting, removing, and tightening the chain if need be, and the instructions. But we here in America here, who reads instructions, right? Alright, so here's the little saw. Here's the saw. Isn't that neat? That thing is beefy and robust. Let me get this on here. Okay, so here we go. We have the battery in the saw. One bad thing I could say about this strap here, my hand doesn't fit in it. A little bigger strap, maybe some sort of adjustment would be great, but my hand does not fit in this. So to operate this saw, there's a safety switch here. There's only one on one side. It's not ambidextrous. We'll see how that's going to affect the quality of work here. You got like a hand guard here, a flexible hand guard. Seems to work pretty well. You also got a chain guard on top here. So while you're sawing, nothing can kind of fall on the top of your saw, get you jammed up, or kind of kick this out and cause your saw to wrench and turn and hurt your wrist here. But they claim 5 meters a second, which turns out to 300 RPM. That gets there that quick. This little saw gets up to speed instantly and then stays there. Alright, so I'm going to stop my projects for today because I'm in the middle of decorating for Halloween. It's getting, fall around here, and I'm trying to stay ahead of the holidays. So I've got some decorations going up, doing a whole bunch of decorating. But I did want to take some time to do the video for this saw because the Saker guys reached out to me and wanted me to try out their product. I'm super excited to do that. So my current setup for trimming, pruning, things like that, I've done a lot of work here on the property. If you've ever seen any of my videos this past summer, you'll know that I've been busy taking down a lot of trees. So there's some real world experience here as far as what I use saws for and how this saw could probably make my life a lot easier. So My current setup would be a reciprocating saw, a little sawzall. What I'll do, and I use this sucker all the time. I use it probably more than any other tool that I have for these projects out here. Sure, I have a chainsaw, that's for bigger projects, but I'll just take like a pruning blade here and I'll stick it in my reciprocating saw, and I'll go to town. The drawback to this is rather heavy. If you've never held a reciprocating saw, especially a cordless one, they're not light. It's like night and day compared to, you know, how heavy this thing is. This thing probably weighs 1/4 what this does. So I'm gonna go out here. I'm gonna cut a tree down, and I'm gonna show you what I've been doing all summer long. I ended up stopping my projects because of the weather. I've gotten to a stopping point for the year, but I've ended up stopping my projects due to the weather and putting all my tools away. So I will be continuing the cutting the trees down and making ATV trails and all that stuff in the spring. But I will show you guys what I've been doing. And I'll show you what I currently do, and then I'll show you this little saw and show you how it compares to what I currently do. So hopefully you guys love the footage here, and I'm going to provide links in the description below where you could buy the saw here made by Saker. And enjoy, guys. Alright guys, so I've done some test clips already. I'm starting to like this little thing. So to activate the saw, like I said, you push this little safety switch in here, and it's biased to one side, you know, so if you were trying to cut something that was close to the tree and on your motor side here, I would just go to the other side. So that way your blade is up as close as you want to the tree here. But the guard here on top, real easy and quick. Let me just show you how quick it is to zap off this little limb here. Just like that. I'm going around here cutting things. This one's pretty big. It's about 2 inches thick. If you didn't know how to measure without a measuring tape, each joint in your finger is roughly an inch. So that's about 2 inches thick. Let's see how it does with that. This is a live tree, by the way. It's not dead. Nice. Very torquey. Does bounce around a lot just because this is so light, so you do have to kind of grip it firmly and then press slightly, but it does bounce. Just how far up it is, I'm 6'2". But here you can see reaching above your head. This is not heavy, so you don't have some big cumbersome item that's going to hang out above. For instance, this is what I currently use, but it's heavy, you know. I'm strong enough to wield it, but after a while this thing gets rather heavy. Now this will do the same job. Let me see here. This is approximately the same size branch. I just cut off this one. Approximately the same size branch, and I'm going to show you here what I currently do for small things. That's what I do. That is the Saker mini chainsaw, and this is the Hercules Sawzall, the reciprocating saw that I just used just here. Let's get this tree out of my way. All right, so both of these will do the same job. The reciprocating saw here, one of my all-time go-tos. One thing I can say about this saw versus this saw, say it started to get dusk or anything darker than it is now, this saw, if you see there, has a light on it. The chainsaw that's provided to me by Saker does not. That's to answer your question. You can operate it with your left hand. The safety here, the switch, even though it's not ambidextrous, you can push it down easy. But the biggest difference is the weight. Alright, so as you can see, guys, I've been doing a lot of work back here. This whole thing is trees that I've cut down from back here. There was approximately 65, 70 trees just in this area. Here's some larger ones that I ended up having to cut down with the chainsaw. But as you can see here, what's nice about using the reciprocating saw is you can get these trees, that's a good 6 inches across, you can get these trees right down level with the ground. So then once they're out of the way, you can drive your quads and stuff through the woods. And then I got a big huge pile back here that I'm eventually gonna burn. Got a whole bunch more. See, I've got more work to do, weed whacking and then cutting these trees down. Not all of them are small, but a lot of them, like here's a big one, a big triple one that I had to cut. I'll end up ripping that stump down later. That's a future video too. So not all of them are small, not all of them will handle this project like this saw here. But here I'm gonna show you. We got a little tree in front of us. We're gonna use the Sawzall to cut the top, and then I'll use the Saker to cut down further, and we'll see how they compare. So again, I'll be removing a lot of these trees more permanently on a future video. Just kind of going to demonstrate this saw, because this saw does have a purpose. As you can see, it's way lighter than this. And a lot of this is like forward heavy. You know, I don't have to struggle cutting anything down with this. This saw, I could hold with my fingers. That's how light this is. Super torquey. Because it's light, it does tend to bounce a little bit, so you got to have a firm grip and kind of just steadily apply some light pressure, and this thing cuts like butter. To know if your chainsaw is sharp, you want bigger chunks. You don't want to see a lot of dust. You want to see kind of the chain ripping through the tree and cutting off some bigger chunks. So this thing is very, very sharp. And these chains are not expensive. You can get them sharpened, sure, but it's just as easy to replace them. They're not that expensive at all. But I'm gonna lop some of this off with the Sawzall, showing you that this can do the same job. And then I'm gonna whip through this with the Saker mini chainsaw. Let's see here. By the way, I haven't charged this yet. This came charged. Probably not fully charged, probably 80%, I don't know. But I still have yet to charge this little saw, and I've been using it for a while now. Probably almost an hour, just cutting up random stuff like this. And there it goes. Oh, I just said it too. So, it's at the end of its life here. That's it. All right, so we're gonna get this thing charged up and use it some more. But let me know what you guys think. I personally love it. Leave a comment in the comment section below what you think of this little miniature chainsaw. I'm probably gonna lend it to a buddy of mine. He has some apple trees that he prunes every year, and I think he wants to try this saw out because I think maybe he wants to get one for himself. But this gets my approval, this little miniature chainsaw, and I hope you guys support the 570. Contact Saker. Links are in the description below where you can purchase this saw. This is Josh from the 570, and we'll see you next time. I couldn't let that be the end of the video. I like this saw so much, I charged it. This is the next day. This is the following day from the other clips. I charged it, and I'm going to go out here and I'm going to cut some more crap. But enjoy the clips, guys. I'm going to use this thing and do a whole bunch more cutting. Hope you enjoy it. I'm gonna try a little experiment here. This is not what this is made for. I just want to see if it could do it. It's actually bigger than the blade itself. Where I'm gonna be cutting is approximately 6 inches across. This is a 4-inch blade on here. I'm gonna see if I can cut it down anyway. Kind of just work it back and forth, get in there as much as I can, see if we can get this big puppy to crumble. I had a little hiccup there in the beginning. It started to fall so fast just because the tree was already leaned over. It started to pinch this front part. Normally you would notch the tree out and kind of take this wedge out. It just happened so fast. And then once it pinched it, I couldn't get it out, so I just cut it from the top. But it worked! I kind of inadvertently just discovered something else you might want to use this thing for. So aside from pruning and clipping and trimming small trees, let's just say you have a whole bunch of stuff like this and you're all over the place, but you're camping and you need to cut up some stuff for the fire, but you don't want to lug around a giant saw, and you don't want to you know, have like a hatchet lying around. You could use something like this to make your pieces very small. Easy. Alright, so there you have it, the mini chainsaw, 20-volt cordless electric mini chainsaw by Saker. I want to thank them for sending me this product. This is an amazing product. I really love this saw. I really encourage all of you to go out there and purchase this saw. Links will be in the description below where you can purchase this saw. I wanted to end this video on a high note. Yesterday, I brought the saw out here, never charged it, used it until it was dead. It came somewhat charged from the factory, but then I took it home, charged it all night, brought it back out here, and just started cutting tons of stuff. So I'm going to continue cutting stuff, but we're going to end the video here just because how much more wood cutting do you want to see, guys? So you will see this more. I'm going to be using this spring when I'm cutting the ATV trails, and we'll get into that when I get into that. But this is Josh from the 570. Let me hear your comments in the comment section. Leave a thumbs up on the video. Like I said, links will be in the description where you can purchase this thing. This is Josh, and we'll see you next time.